Tonight, you're going to do something genuinely insane. You're going to lie down in the dark, close your eyes, and shut off your own brain for about 8 hours. No guard on duty, no off switch you actually control. You'll just trust that the lights come back on in the morning. Wielding duty, and almost every time, they do. You wake up, you're mad at your alarm, you grab your phone, life goes on. We don't even respect it, honestly. We brag about running on 4 hours. We tell ourselves we'll just close our eyes for 5 minutes and wake up 2 hours later with the TV quietly asking if we're still watching. The one thing keeping us alive, and we treat it like an inconvenience, but not always. Some people lie down exactly like you're about to tonight. Same pillow, same dumb thoughts about tomorrow, and that's it. That's the last thing they ever do. So let's talk about the one thing you can't skip, can't stay awake through forever, and definitely can't see coming. Let's talk about the people who went to sleep and never came back. Here's the uncomfortable part. You spend about a third of your entire life asleep. Do the math, and that's roughly 25 years of you lying there, completely defenseless, running on autopilot. While you sleep, your body handles everything on its own. It breathes for you. It beats your heart for you. It doesn't ask permission, and it doesn't wake you up to file a complaint, which is great, right up until something goes wrong and there's nobody home to notice. That's the whole problem with dying in your sleep. You don't get a warning. You don't get to fight back. You don't even get the dignity of a dramatic last word. You just don't open your eyes. Now, we've all heard the line, they died peacefully in their sleep. It's basically the gold medal of dying, the one we'd all sign up for. Old, warm, comfy, no pain, lights out. And sometimes, sure, it really is that gentle, but peaceful is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. Because some of the ways people go in their sleep are about as peaceful as a smoke alarm at 3 a.m. You're about to meet a few of them. And speaking of 3 a.m., keep an eye on the clock tonight. Because statistically, the early morning hours are when the human body is most likely to quietly tap out. Your blood pressure dips, your heart rhythm gets a little weird. Everything's running on low power mode. If your body's going to make a mistake, that's its favorite time to do it. Sweet dreams. Let's start with the quiet one, the one that doesn't even wake the dog. Carbon monoxide. No color, no smell, no taste. Your nose can't catch it. Your brain can't feel it. It just leaks into the room from a busted furnace, a generator running in the garage, a heater nobody's serviced since the Bush administration, and it gets to work. And here's the cruel part. Carbon monoxide makes you sleepy, so the exact thing trying to kill you also tucks you in. People feel a little tired, a little headachy, figure they'll sleep it off, and they do, forever. Entire families have been found this way, everybody in their own bed, looking like they just slept in. The only winner in the room is usually the one cheap little detector nobody remembered to put batteries in. So, genuinely, go check yours after this video. I'll wait. Okay, you didn't, but the offer stands. Seriously though, that $20 gadget has quietly saved more people than any horror movie hero ever has. Now for the one that comes with its own ghost story. For centuries, in parts of Southeast Asia, healthy young men kept dying in their sleep, no injury. No disease anyone could find. Perfectly fine guys in their 20s and 30s going to bed and never waking up, sometimes groaning or thrashing first, like they were fighting something in the dark. The Filipinos called it bangungai, the Japanese called it pokuri, and the folklore was basically the same everywhere. A heavy figure that sits on your chest in the night and squeezes the life out of you. A nightmare that follows you out of the dream. For a long time, that's all anyone had, a story. Then doctors finally found the real culprit, and it was hiding in the heart, a glitch in the electrical signal that keeps it beating, now called Brugada syndrome. It can sit silent your entire life, and then, one random night, flip the switch. So that demon on your chest? Turns out, it was real. It just lived inside the chest the whole time. Your ancestors weren't crazy, they just didn't have an EKG. Which brings us to the thing a lot of you have actually felt. You wake up, but your body doesn't. You can't move, you can't talk. And there's that unmistakable feeling that something is in the room with you, standing at the foot of the bed, watching. That's sleep paralysis. Your brain wakes up a few seconds before it unlocks your muscles, and while it waits, it likes to invent a monster to explain the panic. Great work, brain. Real team player. The good news? It's harmless. Horrifying, but harmless. You're not going to die from it. You're just going to lie there negotiating with a shadow person for 30 very long seconds. And while we're touring your brain's weird night shift, there's also a thing called exploding head syndrome. Don't worry, your head doesn't actually explode. But right as you're drifting off, your brain can fire off a massive bang, like a gunshot or a cymbal crash, loud enough to launch you straight up in bed. Also harmless, also incredibly rude, your brain slamming a door on its way out just to mess with you. Okay, deep breath, because this next one is real, it happened, and it is wild. In 1987, a man got out of bed in the middle of the night, got in his car, and drove about 14 miles to his in-laws' house. While he was there, he attacked them. Then he drove himself to a police station and told the officers he thought he'd hurt someone. The catch? He says he was asleep the entire time. The driving, the whole thing, asleep. It sounds like the worst excuse ever invented. Except sleep experts looked at his brain activity and actually backed him up. A jury believed it too. He was found not guilty because you can't really be guilty of something your conscious mind never agreed to do. And he's not alone. Sleepwalkers have driven cars, sent emails, cooked entire meals, and walked straight off balconies, all while totally checked out. So the next time your roommate swears they don't remember texting their ex, maybe cut them a little slack. Maybe. And now the worst one. The one that honestly should not be possible. Imagine you stop being able to sleep. Not rough week, too much coffee, can't sleep. I mean, your brain forgets how. The off switch is just gone. It's a real disease. They call it fatal familial insomnia. It runs in families. It's incredibly rare. And once it starts, there's no pill, no trick, no amount of exhaustion that puts you under. You lie down every night, tired beyond anything you can imagine, and nothing happens. And it goes on for months. You slowly lose the ability to think, to move, to be yourself, wide awake for every second of it. There's a famous case of a man who could feel it taking him and couldn't do a single thing to stop it. We spend our whole lives trying to squeeze out a little more sleep. These people would have given anything for one good night. Funny how that works, right up until it isn't. One more, and this one will make you weirdly grateful for the boring thing your body does for free. Right now, you're breathing without thinking about it. Sorry, now you're thinking about it. You're welcome. You don't have to remember to breathe. Your brainstem just quietly handles it, awake or asleep, forever. Unless you happen to have a condition with the wonderfully creepy nickname Ondine's Curse. For these folks, that automatic breathing system doesn't work right. As long as they're awake and paying attention, they breathe just fine. But the second they fall asleep and stop thinking about it, their body forgets to take the next breath. Sit with that for a moment. Going to sleep is a gamble they make every single night. A lot of them live on machines that breathe for them in the dark, so that the most natural thing in the world doesn't quietly kill them. So is the lesson here never sleep again? Please don't. You'd lose that fight in about 3 days, and your body would win in the most stubborn way possible. Here's the real takeaway. For almost all of us, sleep is exactly what it's supposed to be. Safe, boring, the best part of the day. The people in this video are the rare exceptions. The one in a millions, the reasons doctors keep digging, and plenty of them came back. People whose hearts stopped in the night and got restarted. People who live with these conditions, who lie down every evening knowing the risk and choose to close their eyes anyway. That takes a kind of guts most of us will never need. And here's the quietly hopeful part. Doctors have gotten a lot better at spotting these things. The heart glitch can be found and watched. The breathing can be supported. The detector costs about 20 bucks. Most of the monsters in this video turned out to have a very boring, very human off switch. We just had to find it first. So tonight, when you climb into bed and do that insane little trust fall into the dark, maybe appreciate it a little. Most of us get to wake up. That's not nothing. That's the thing about the scariest stuff. It's almost always hiding inside the most ordinary moments. A heater, a pillow, a quiet 3 a.m. If you made it this far and still haven't checked that smoke detector, we both know you're not going to. But hey, at least hit subscribe so the next time your brain decides to ruin a perfectly good night's sleep, I'll be right here to help. Sweet dreams.